Good morning. It's Saturday, April 4th, and just thought that since you can't come here to the winery and sample with us, that you might enjoy a little tour of our vineyard. So I'm going to take you up into our vineyard. So we have a 5-acre modest vineyard here, and the majority of the grapes, or I should say all of the grapes that we're growing, are hybrid grapes that were created or hybridized at Cornell University's Geneva Extension. And right now we are in the midst of pruning, so I'll bring you right down here so you can kind of see a little bit of how that looks. So when they go through and they prune the vines, they actually cut back all of the growth from last year, and then they'll select the very best canes. So this guy, he doesn't seem to be doing so good. He only had 2 good canes that they could hold on to. They're typically looking for more than that. You can see on this cane here, or this trunk has 4 different canes that they were able to use. And what they're looking for are canes that look healthy, that are thick but not too thick, and thin and athletic. That's kind of the way that Scott described it to me when I first started learning how to prune the vines back. He told me to always look for the canes that were the most athletic and lean looking. So I'm going to show you some of the vines that they haven't tied yet. So those vines I just showed you were already tied. And here's a vine that's been pruned, but the canes have not yet been tied to the trellis yet. So they tie the canes to the trellis so that the plant will be able to support the weight as it grows throughout the summertime and support the weight of the grapes. So it's pretty wet and damp here this morning. We had a lot of fog. My shoes are getting quite wet. I'm never quite prepared with the right shoe equipment. Here I'm wearing, that's all wet. I'm wearing almost sweater shoes on my feet, which are not good for spring. I wanted to see if I might be able to find anything that has not yet been pruned back, but it looks like Andy, our vineyard manager, has done a really good job, and all he has left to do is go through and tie. This is actually the area where we hold our wedding ceremonies right here. And it's all under the shade of these trees. It's quite beautiful in the summertime. This is what we call our tractor row. It's in the upper third part of the vineyard here, and it's a wider row that allows the tractor to go through. And you can see every varietal, I don't know if you can read that or make that out. That one says Frontenac. Might be a little bit difficult there. But every row is labeled. And that was thanks to Emily, who took on that painstaking process of kind of etching the names in of all of the grapes onto those metal boards so that we had an idea when we were coming up here, because Scott and George knew. That one you can see a little bit better, Marichal Foch. Scott and George knew because they were the ones that planted everything, but we would have volunteers come up and we would tell them, hey, we're picking up in the Marichal Foch, and they had no idea where that was. So it was nice to get these things labeled. So here I just want to show you this row. You can see there's actually a lot of sticks on the ground. So this is what is taken off. This was all last year's growth. And actually some of these, it looks like, have not yet been completely pruned, or at least it looks like he hasn't pulled them off quite yet. Yeah, sometimes these, they have little tendrils, if you can see that right there. And these guys, they wrap right along. And it's basically Mother Nature's way of tying her vines to the trellis. So we give it a little bit of a tie with twisty ties right here, but this is Mother Nature. She knows what to do as well. Vines are a wonderful thing. So what we want to do is prune them back, and that kind of alerts the vine that, hey, there could be something wrong and we really need to reproduce. And with that, it will produce a lot more fruit, and that's what we're looking for. We want the most amount of fruit production because we want to be able to make a lot of wine. And here's all the sticks. Here's all the vines that were already pruned off and have yet to be picked up. There you go. I cleared up a little bit better there. So those all get collected, and we do often allow people to use those for crafts and different projects at home. I had some customers tell me last year that grapevine cuttings make phenomenal wood for fire, like for a barbecue in the backyard, that it makes the meat taste great. I haven't tried that myself yet, but we have definitely collected these, and we have a compost pile, and we'll throw them in the compost pile if whatever's left that people haven't picked up. So that's just a quick little tour of the vineyard. Because you can't come here and enjoy this with us, I just wanted to show you. It is really beautiful. It's very peaceful. There's no worries of the coronavirus here. You know, Mother Nature, she chugs along. Nothing can stop her. So thanks for joining me. I hope you guys all stay safe and have a great day.